YNs. First, we got to get the term down. A young African-American brother. But instead of African-American brother, it's the N-word, which white people can also be YNs as well. Do your research on CTS Lil Wick. He's the biggest crash out of that Caucasian color.
Wick, while still driving his bike, drew his gun, returned fire, and landed a headshot on the aggressor.
Did what I had to do, shit.
Basically a crash out. People who like to live life on the edge and rob, kill people. But his case was self-defense, and I do want to mention in this video, we are not glorifying killing in any way like these record labels do. I guess you could really call me the rap history channel. We're looking at the history of rap's biggest, most dangerous, diabolical YNs. And I think first we got to start with Drake because he killed X.
Drake has been exposed for killing X.
Nah, I'm just joking. I used to think that bullshit was like low-key real, but it's definitely not. But you could really call X a YN. He's one of the original YNs because I was hip on X from the fight videos. Obviously, look at me, but the fight videos I was hip on, which he was putting them paws on before everyone started using them GUNSs, which, I mean, people were probably using them GUNSs back then, but now, bro, everyone's using the GUNS, bro. You ain't getting no fist fight in 2025. They hopping out with Switch.
Basically, I'm about to just beat this up.
I also want to mention that the guy X went after owed him money, so it wasn't like he just did what he did for no reason. But you know, X was involved in a lot of YN activity. While in prison, a member of that community would look at X wrong, and here's what he did to him.
I'm gonna tell you that part. So all right, we're sitting in what's called a horseshoe because it was a tent. It's like it's a young like jail type shit.
Right.
So like we're in a horseshoe. What'd you say?
YNJ.
YNJ.
Bro, I think I just found the first person to ever use YN on the internet. It might be Adam22, bro, which is crazy. Like, what the hell? The interview's 9 years old, bro. Did Adam22 create the word YN, bro?
Yeah, I was naked, bro. Like he was staring at me. You feel me? So I start I'm strangling him, like, and he's like leaking type shit. And I'm strangling him so he doesn't scream. So I'm strangling him, and like I'm about to his, you feel me? Right. And then luckily, to my luck, because I wouldn't be here today, I wouldn't be speaking to you, I wouldn't be as far as I was, you feel me? I wouldn't be successful. Luckily, a guard came over.
Yeah, X was definitely a YN. And before X, we had Chief Keef, Sosa.
Where do you stay at?
Oh, blah.
What do you do for a living?
Bang, bang.
What's your name?
Sosa.
A lot of the YNs you hear about in this video, you're gonna see a thing on top of their head called dreads, bro. Chief Keef put a lot of motherfuckers on the dreads. The YN necessity, a sky top, a full head, whatever you want. As long as you got dreads, you could be a YN. And I think the way we look at Chicago drill now, you can't be a professional Chicago drill rapper without at least having 5-6 bodies. That's why they're all just killing each other out there, you know what I'm saying? It's sad. But you know, I think a lot of the ways we look at Chicago drill now downplays the YN Chief Keef once was.
You shot all your original videos from your house because you was on house arrest because you had a shootout with the police?
My lawyer said don't talk about that.
Chief Keef shot the police. Chief Keef shot the police.
Where your ass was at when we was in the grass? Wait. Where your ass was at when we was posted on the front? Where your ass was at when we was on Lamb Run? Bitch, I'm cooler than a cooler. Big shots out to my jeweler. Hit a lick, man, rich ever since. Say Chief Sosa boat, that's wrong.
I mean, bro, I don't think I gotta explain too much further. Shooting at the police, if you do that in GTA, you already know what happens, bro. They're all on your ass, bro. So you can already imagine what was going on with Chief Keef just bucking out with the police. And I bet if Chief Keef had the sponsor of today's video, Aura, the police would have had a hard time finding his location. That's why I would like to shout out Aura for sponsoring today's video. You're locked in, making hits, building your name, stacking streams. But while you're focused on your grind, hackers and scammers are out here trying to steal your identity and run off with your money. One wrong move and your personal info, your name, your credit, your bank info could even be out there on the internet getting flipped for cash right now. That's why you need Aura, the all-in-one security app that keeps your personal info locked down. down. Aura lets you know immediately if your name or bank info gets leaked faster than most banks. So if someone tries to finesse your identity, you shut it down before they touch a dime. I wouldn't just tell you guys to sign up for something I wouldn't use myself. That's why I decided to sign up for Aura myself, and I personally love that they are actively every day trying to protect my information. You hustle too hard to let some random scammer mess up your bag. Aura backs you with up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, so if someone does try it, you don't lose sleep or money. Don't wait until it's too late. Hit the link in the description, and you can also see it on the screen for a 14-day free trial of Aura, and keep your money and your identity yours. Thank you, Aura, again for sponsoring this video. You're gonna notice in this video, a lot of the people we talk about are from Chicago, bro. Like, I'm not trying to go there. I know there's probably good parts, bro, but I'm cool on Chicago, man. Now, it's not documented if Sosa has any bodies on his belt, which, you know, I could respect that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You made it through Chicago at the age of 16. You were rich at 16 without people, you know, saying, oh, he killed this guy, he killed this guy, he killed that guy. I respect that, bro. And then a Reddit post asking, do Sosa have bodies? Someone would say, I don't think he got bodies, but he was a real shooter. Another YN, bro. I mean, we might as well go to Louisiana, bro. You know what I'm saying? Kick it down south and be a young boy. That's another YN for sure. Now, in 2016, young boy was locked up for a series of shootings in his neighborhood, which he only got 3 years of probation for. But when people heard about this, you know, young boy started blowing up a lot more. So young boy's been to prison multiple times, but I'm sure you're not surprised because that's what YNs do. They go to prison. But young boy is currently in prison right now, but is set to be released April 26th of 2025, which his current sentence is for a gun possession charge while he was on probation, but which is wild to do, but that's probably like the least worst of the things young boy has gone to prison for. And actually turns out the day I'm recording this video, they released young boy early, and his neighbors want to, you know, bake him cookies since he got home early. They didn't know.
I didn't know that Kentrell is back, so I think I'm gonna bake him some cookies and bring home. I told him I've never listened to his music. He said, I don't recommend it. That's what he said. That?
Like, one thing I would never do if I saw young boy in public is tell him I will snatch your chain. I feel like that would be pretty stupid. Yeah, young boy kept his chain that day. There's even a story from young boy's current sentence. Someone shouted OTF, and you already know young boy don't fuck with Dirk, all that stuff, but someone would shout OTF at young boy, and he took him into a cell. Knocked him out.
It was a guy from Mississippi, he yelled out OTF. Young boy say, you OTF?
Young boy too, I'm trying to get with that.
Find a cell. They said he went to the cell, young boy hit him with a 2P, dropped him, and some other guy said,
y'all riding his D.
But he ain't there standing on business now. For y'all who want to know about young boy,
which, if you're asking who's this random talking about young boy, how does he know all this? This Terrence Gangsta Williams, bro. Do your research on him, bro. Real OG, real stepper. He's Birdman's half brother. Young boy really inspired a generation of crash outs, bro. You gotta love to see it. Well, I mean, I don't love to see it, but don't rob me. And I used to hate on young boy, bro, back in high school, bro. You know what I'm saying? Uzi's better, Cardi's better. Like, I used to be one of those guys, bro. But then, like, I know the first song I'ma play when I make it.
But I knew this moment to come. Now it's my time. I gotta make her fall them nights that my mama cried.
Like, imagine just riding in a Maybach or whatever car you want. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, a lot of y'all YNs want the Hellcat. Imagine just riding your Hellcat, your Trackhawk, and then this listening to this, bro.
My dreams coming true. Man, stay down till I came up with my.
That's why I'm happy I got older and realized young boy really got some hits, bro. He got some bangers, dog.
Oh, and I said, I count 50s, all in hundreds, take that time, no baby. Riding a new Maybach, yeah, walk with a whole lot of racks, yeah.
What's y'all favorite young boy album? From me, it's Colors, but you know, that's just me though. So some very recent stuff has been going on with the TK trial, and he was also one of the original YNs, bro. He was doing it from a very young age. The story is he went to a Chick-fil-A to rob someone, right, bro? Only left with $10 and a camera, and someone ended up dead. Who pulled the trigger? Turns out TK's ex-girlfriend snitched on him in court.
And Tamar took out his and pointed it at Mark and asked for his bag. Mark refused to give him the bag, so they all started hitting him, and Tamar was hitting him with the and the whole time I didn't look back, but when I did, I saw his face. And I started telling them to let him go. And I just kept screaming at him, go. I was just going back and forth really quickly. And then Mark kicked the windshield and opened the door and...
It's in clear 4K footage that TK did what he did, bro. He robbed a cameraman in a Chick-fil-A for $10 in his bag with a camera in it, bro. It's just crazy to me. And they offered this dude a plea deal. He didn't accept it, even though it's clear as day what he did. So he's taking it to trial, and if found guilty, he's gonna face life.
Right, today is the plea deadline date. So is the plea being accepted?
Rejected, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll need a jury trial date.
But it's like, how are you not found guilty when it's all on camera, bro? I don't get that. Then you got your ex snitching on you too. Yeah, you're cooked, buddy. Like, why are you bringing a girl to do a quote-unquote drill, which that's not even nothing cool, bro. I'm not even trying to glorify this. You robbed a cameraman. That's the weakest shit you could do. But why are you bringing a girl with you, bro? Oh my God, you're dumb. Dumb YN, bro. I guess TK is gonna be the one that's eating good noodles every day. Which, if you don't get that joke, then I don't know. So everyone had this guy's nuts in their mouth in like 2019, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta listen to King Von. Hey, go put on that King Von. He's a real killer. And listen, they weren't lying. King Von became everyone's favorite rapper very quickly. But he only had a 1-year prime, bro, which was cut very short due to some bullshit beef about a bitch allegedly over a girl. But you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, bro. You know, like, shit went south between Asian Doll and King Von. They split up. Asian Doll made the song with Young Boy. Then you saw King Von with Young Boy's ex, bro. It was getting real messy in this mug. I mean, I don't think it's wrong for me to say, because it's already everywhere on the internet. But I mean, bro, King Von was a documented serial killer, dog.
He was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on the feet.
He was the devil, man. That was the devil, man.
Bro, them TikTok edits of King Von be having me crying every time, bro. Because he was really like that, but they be acting like, well, they don't be acting like nothing. He was really like that, but the edits they be putting together, bro, they be making it seem like this dude was a whole different type of demon.
If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself.
He's not regular, man. Nigga, the devil, man. That the devil.
He literally got asked about his bodies on a live stream, and he's sitting there laughing, bro. Like, he just laughing about it. With Moowop in the background, the guy who gunned down FBG Duck.
They want to know if you do a feature with Modell, P5, Malcolm. You know them? Nah. Alright, never mind. Do a feature with Modell, Tyreek, P5, or Malcolm.
Look out, folks, look.
That's a no, right? I'm assuming that's a no.
Hey, folks can talk to you on some police shit.
But I think if King Von didn't pass away, I think he definitely would be bigger than Dirk right now, bro. And that's not even a hot take. Like, you don't understand how hot King Von was at the time before he died. Hey, nah, bro. Whoever's smart as shit and knows who made that beat, let me know in the comment section, bro. This beat is crazy.
Pull up and get him. That bullet ripped through his tissue and tore out his gristle. It was a nickel, and it's a Glock, and that bitch sound like a missile.
Greatest drill artist of all time, question mark?
A week later, my arm in a sling. I've been sipping lean, pure codeine. I don't feel a thing. My whole say I'm...
Now, someone that looked up to King Von, someone by the name of Lil Jeff, Bloodhound Lil Jeff.
In a lot of ways, he surpassed King Von. You know, he allegedly killed more people.
How many people did he allegedly kill?
He claims 11.
11 people.
Call of Duty, I'm really up 10 kills. Know that.
Hey look, Yerk brought the Xan and got me super fried. I know his op his ass died inside a Uber ride.
Which that's Bloodhound Q50, another YN. He claims to have 8 bodies.
Him and his right-hand man Q50, who's still alive out here, God knows how. You know, Q50 claims to have 8 bodies.
Yo, these YNs don't care at all, bruh.
Knew that time was up. You know that we don't give a fuck. Crush a perk and then boot up.
I'm Bloodhound, that's the game. You know that shit. He trying to claim, but he a lame. We don't know that nigga. Think a about if I told you about what I did. When I speak, it's only facts. He was screaming out when he got hit. Real.
Now, there's a whole video of this online. Obviously, I can't show the video on YouTube, but with his boy Q50, Bloodhound, Lil Jeff, and Q50 were on a drill. And while on that drill, Lil Jeff wouldn't make it out alive.
Did you break down and cry when Jeff got killed?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably the most I ever cried in my life.
Now, in a Reddit post asking how big of an impact did Lil Jeff have on this generation of YNs, I need you guys to look at this photo. Someone would say this photo says it all. Bro doesn't even know Lil Jeff and has the bloodhound tattoo on his neck, just like Lil Jeff. Get the meat out of your mouth, please. Like, why do so many people look up to these YNs, bro? Why do you want to be like another man? Be yourself. Also, I want to clarify, I ain't saying Lil Jeff wanted to be like another man. You know, even though he did hop off the porch at 18, he did say that.
So around what age did you jump off the porch and start hanging out in the streets?
I'm saying when I came outside for real, I was like 18.
But I ain't trying to say that he's trying to be like another man. I don't want to die. But there was definitely one YN who inspired a group of a bunch of YNs we see today. And I don't know who exactly it was. I can't put my finger on the first person to inspire the rest of the YNs, but they ruined the world, bro.